We're going to have a look at solving equations with unknowns on both sides of the equation. So that would be something like 2x equals 4 plus x. So you can see here we've got the number we don't know, x, on both sides of the equation. We're trying to solve, so we're trying to find the value of x. So in order to do this, the first thing we have to do is make sure that our unknown is only on one side of the equation. So I've got to try and collect all my x's on one side. Now, I'm going to try and collect them on the side that's got the most x's to start off with. So I've got the most x's here, 2x is more than 1x. So I'm going to collect all my x's on the left hand side. So that means any x's that are on the right hand side I've got to go. Now, to get rid of plus x, we need to do the opposite, so we need to take x away. Now, because it's an equation and this side is equal to this side, we have to do exactly the same to the other side to keep the equation balanced. 2x take away x is x. That 4 hasn't changed. Plus x take away x is going to be 0. So we've got x equals 4, so there's our solution. What about if we look at a more complicated case now? What about something like 4x equals 14 plus 2x? So the difference between this one and the new one here is that we've got a number in front of x both times. Now the process is still the same. We're still going to try and collect all our x's on one side of the equation, and we're still going to collect them on the side that's got the most x's to begin with. So we've got the most x's here because 4x is bigger than 2x. So I'm collecting my x's on the left hand side of the equation. That means this plus 2x that's on the right hand side has got to move. So the opposite of adding 2x is taking away 2x. And then because it's an equal sign in the middle, because this side is exactly the same as this side, we have to make sure we do exactly the same to the other side to keep the equation balanced. 4x take away 2x gives me 2x, and this is equal to 14. 2x plus 2x minus 2x has disappeared, that's 0. Now 2 lots of x is 14, so 2 times the number we don't know is 14. The opposite of times is divide, so I'm going to divide both sides of that equation now by 2 to give me x equals 7. Okay, let's look at an even trickier one now. What about something like this? So 5x plus 3 equals x plus 15. So this has got more difficult now because not only have I got x's on both sides of the equation, I've also got numbers on both sides as well. The idea is still exactly the same. We need to collect our x's on the side that's got the most to start with. So we've got the most here, that's 5x, there's only 1x here. So we're collecting our x's on the left hand side. So this x on its own has got to go. So we're going to take x away from this side, make sure we do exactly the same to the other side. 5x take away 1x is 4x. That 3 is still the same, and that's equal to 15. Okay, this is an equation that you're used to solving at level 5. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take 3 away from there to get rid of that plus 3, do exactly the same to the other side, which leaves me with 4x equals 12. And then I'm going to divide both sides of my equation by 4. Which gives me x equals 3. And a really complicated one to finish off, so we're going to have a look at one that involves brackets. So 2 lots of 5x plus 7 equals 3 lots of 7 plus x. Now you've got to think about what you did when you were solving equations with brackets before. The first step is always to expand the brackets to get rid of them. So 2 lots of 5x is 10x, 2 lots of 7 is 14, and that's equal to, well, 3 lots of 7 is 21, 3 lots of x is 3x. And then this looks like the equation that we've just solved here. I've got the most x's on the left hand side, so I'm going to need to move this 3x here. So I'm going to take 3x from both sides. So 7x plus 14 equals 21. Take 14 away from both sides of the equation to leave them with 7x equals 7. And then that's 7 lots of x, so multiplied by x, opposite of multiply is divide, so we're going to divide both sides by 7 to give us x equals 1. And be careful here, 7 divided by 7 is 1 and not 0. Okay, so that's equations with unknowns on both sides, starting from the most simple case here, which is level 5, and then working through various grades of your level 6 equations with unknowns on both sides.